I don't know about you, but I spent countless hours discussing and defending science both online and offline. In that journey, I came across all sorts of ludicrous misunderstandings of science. Knowing that misunderstandings like this can result in the public mistrust of science, today we will spend a little bit of time challenging at least one such misunderstanding. Let's see if you've faced anything like this before. So I'd be sitting there on my desk arguing with people online about how cool science is and whatnot. Out of nowhere, some science denialist I'm arguing with would accuse me of believing that something comes out of nothing. In fact, from experience, this is probably one of the most common accusations I ever came across. Whenever I ask these people to explain what they meant by it, they generally refer to the Big Bang model in cosmology. Their misunderstanding is that physicists claim that once upon a time there was nothing. Then out of nowhere, the universe came into being. There you go. Something from nothing. But is that so? Which physicist said that? What physics book makes that claim? Is there something being taught in physics and cosmology programs at colleges and universities? The short answer is no. No physicist claims these things, and therefore no physics books claim them either. Needless to say, without physicists and physics books claiming such things, the colleges and universities have zero reason to be teaching that something comes from nothing. So why do the science denialists claim that science teaches that in the beginning, something came out of nothing? Well, these people are often motivated by religious, political, or ideological dogma in their criticism. Their lack of knowledge about what they're talking about combined with the ideological zeal makes it very easy for them to persist in such misunderstanding. They're not seeking an education when they take interest in physics, but are trying to discredit it. For example, a creationist who believes that their God wished the universe into existence following the steps listed in the scripture feels challenged by the idea of the Big Bang model in cosmology that doesn't confirm these religious beliefs. In fact, the model does not require any gods tinkering with anything at all. Having said that, I believe there's value in spending a minute to appreciate where their misunderstanding originates from. This is not a physics course, so we will only summarize the gist of it. Physicists observing and studying the heavens discovered that things are moving away from each other, which suggested that if you rewind time, things get closer to each other. But how close can they get? To find that answer, the physicists got to work and worked out that you could keep going backward in time until all things collapsed to a single spot with everything crammed in it. They call this point the singularity. They did their calculations and made predictions that if they were correct, there would be a faint afterglow left from the Big Bang. The crazy thing is, in the 1960s, two radio astronomers working for Bell Labs on an unrelated project accidentally discovered the evidence for this afterglow. You are looking at it now. It is called the cosmic microwave background radiation, aka the CMB. Among other things, discoveries like the CMB, which confirmed the predictions of the scientists, are what gives them the confidence that their theory is more correct than not. So what makes people like the creationists say that science is teaching that something comes from nothing? That's the problem. Nobody ever said that. Even from my simplified explanation of the Big Bang, I'm sure that even a child would understand that we are talking about the universe expanding from that single point into what it is today. The physicists, cosmologists, mathematicians, nobody knows what existed before the singularity. All of our known methods and tools to investigate breaks down in that singularity, and we can no longer investigate it. At least for now, that is the case. Going back to the claim for something coming from nothing, allow me to point out the biggest irony of all time. If you meet this science-denying creationist type of people, make sure you ask them what they think happened in the past. Demonstrating the lack of any self-reflection or introspection, the creationist will tell you that their God wished the universe into existence from nothing. They will obviously not use those words, but I can guarantee you that every last one of them believes that once there was nothing, and their God wished it all into existence, aka something from nothing. So all this time they were simply projecting. These people are just too lazy to even go read up on the thing that they want to attack. Instead, they project their own unsubstantiated beliefs as their opponent's shortcomings and spend time attacking that. That is a level of mental gymnastic no sane person can withstand. If you are sane and would love to support this voice of reason, please consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. This has been the Scientalist. See you in the next video.